It's your boy 3CP. We are back. I am back with a pretty good episode here. I know I've been gone for a minute. Hold up. I got to do this. I got to do this live on screen. Bam. They can see me now. I'm not editing it out. So, yeah, we back. And this one, since I uploaded the video, I shared it. There's an actual surviving RGIS Facebook group, people with just different stories and stuff of what's happening on the job, if you used to work there. And I got a lot more people to listen to my podcast and stuff. And this is about the crazy stories, but now I was like, well, let me talk about some stuff that was actually on job stories. The people who might have worked there, you might be starting there and like, damn, let me see how this company is or something. Or I don't know how it is now, but from what I look, 10 years I was there, I'm pretty sure a lot of things stay the same and some things kind of change. But anyway, man, this is gonna be a pretty good one, and I'm gonna tell you some real horror stories, some real crazy things that's happened while on job. Like, um, if you're watching this, and since we're here, I want if you don't know, like I said, I told you about the job. This is what we do, and here's an actual video of us. Put it there. Uh, this is this I don't actually know this person because I worked with her, and I was probably in this store at this time, which is 2017. Yeah, I was probably on the way. It was my last year. I think it was my last year, so I was probably there. Most likely I was there. Her name's Ashley. Shout out to Ash. I'm gonna share her on this video, so I'm pretty sure she's going to be watching this after I tell her that I'll use the video as a backdrop as like an example. This is what us do. This is what we do with counting, right? Now she's counting. She was pretty fast at counting. I've counted like Ash would make the job way more interesting and fun when you count beside her because she gonna talk about you. She gonna talk about somebody. She gonna do all. She's gonna make you laugh. So, uh, I want to share that this is Ash counting, and we my friend, then she kind of like some what's that lights or something, automotive area or something. So, my first time, very first time ever counting a tag, like what first time on the job, '07. We did a store called Goodies, right? This store was called Goodies, um, and we would count a clothing store. And the lady Stephanie, she put me in this section that was what was it? It was like some type of jury type tag or something, like the jury, and it was like on those little round things where you turn around, and it was just a bunch of stuff on there. So the store lasted like 2.5 hours, 2 hours or something. I took the whole time on that one tag. She got to me like, "You still on this tag?" She had to bring people over to me to help me. She was like, "Come help." I'm like, "Dang, I ain't gonna last as long as this. This might be my last day of this job." It took me 2 hours to count of like a 300 piece tag of jewelry, and I was like, "Wow." I was like, "Hey, might not be for me," but luckily that we didn't do no more of those goodie stores because that was the last one, first and last one. But that was my first time ever counting. Now, moving on into the later year when we started doing the Walmarts. Like I said, they started you off in clothes and stuff. So I started off in clothes, and then we move up the hard lines. Um, One particular day, this happened when I was way ahead of like we was this is middle of the year, so I was like really good at counting. One of these days, um, everybody was counting. It was like in Arkansas somewhere. Everybody was counting clothes, and if y'all know how we know, if y'all know about the clothes and shit, we don't give a damn about clothes. We gonna scan them things, whatever. We're gonna batch them. We're gonna do whatever we can to get out of there. That's the end of the day. So we were scanning stuff. People scanning. and we wasn't really paying. You're not paying attention. You're talking to somebody, la 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 la, whatever. Put a number on the tag and go right. So, because usually they wasn't really going back, and this is when they was not going back and counting the clothes, recounting clothes in Walmart. But some of the managers would look at it, okay, we don't want to count out those sets because they don't think they was paying attention, blah, blah. So they would go back, they was going back and close and finding everybody just tagged. They said it's random tags of the people, and they had the verifier come back and go back and find that tag. I want you to go back and recount this. Everyone he got was wrong. All the ones that wrong, he would write people's names down. Write name. Pete was like, everybody who's wrong, we're gonna write them up because it was that day. I think it was getting out late or something like that. We'll talk about it later in a minute. But so after we's over, we sitting outside like we do whatever, la chilling, waiting to get out. Here come Pete. Pete come walking out like Vince McMahon. Nigga come out like Vince McMahon, like you gonna really do something to somebody. He would be mad. We are like he like because he said all of us. He was like he got word everybody come out meet me out in the front in the parking lot. So we got talking. So, okay, whatever. So he come out there meeting, and he's like, no, yo, all these bad counts in the clothes. We got you were one, la la la. And apparently I was one. I didn't know. Usually I don't never get in trouble for stuff like that counting, but also they picked one for me. It was like, and mine was because I didn't see some stuff under there. You know how they have the clothes, the racks on one side, then they got like some stuff underneath that's hidden that you can't see. It was one of those. I had one of those, and so they found that. But he's walking in like, yeah, everybody who didn't had got wrong tag gonna get rolled up and everything, la la. And this y'all don't do it. And then G, y'all remember I told y'all about G. Did I tell y'all about G? I gotta introduce all these people again. But G, he was like head of the Texarkana guys. He was their driver and kind of like a supervisor. He was always taking up. He was taking up for like well, to be honest, Pete. He said something to the effect of the Walmart people. They be on us and they be they be harassing us or something like that. This on pretty much on our side, kind of tell like it ain't what you think. But then Pete came in G like, well, he said it kind of like he said it like he was whining. He was I remember this because Pete was like, he said kind of face of like, you always taking up for them. You're always taking up for them. And then Pete and G get into it. G like, what the fuck, nigga? Oh, you can meet me outside. They going at it now, and they outside. And Pete like, well, and Pete they start fussing, going back and forth. Pete just walks around and turns back around and goes to the Walmart. And while Pete walks to the Walmart, G like, well, fuck you then, like that. And G mad like, damn. G and Pete was feeling with it. Pete did not want no parts of G in no fight, but he was pissed off with that. And the day, so we get back to the hotel, we got he Pete, who was it? Tony. Tony was calling everybody who got reeled up, and we had to sign the write up. Everybody who did get rolled up, he had to sign. I knew that I got rolled when I got to the hotel. I didn't even know until I got to the hotel, and I believe, and so had to go to Tony's room and sign this damn paper. And Tony, if y'all remember Tony, this is like Tony was the coolest manager ever. He was kind of a big guy with the puppy little face. Always like he's one of those smiling all the time kind of big guy. I think I've never seen Tony mad. Tony was the coolest guy. We would ride on the bus on the van. He would be playing like Cat Williams and rap music, this stuff that we like. But his own thing, he had this. I can't do it here, but he would always step. Like when he couldn't be still. So when you seen him, he was always doing this two step. Like you can't see my feet, but he's always doing this two step when you see him, like all the time. And that was what me and Colton would always this clown Tony about, just talk about, because he's always like, yeah, while he's dancing, he telling you, get you like, yeah, you got rolled up, we got to write you up, or you know, we got to fire you. This nigga dancing in front of your face while he telling you some damn bad news. He's like, yeah, they finna let you go because your count's bad. He's just two stepping on your ass while he telling you some bad news. Her sign this right up for him. He's just two stepping. That was for the Tony was good though. I had to sign one of those, and I signed one of those, and I never after that they really didn't. That week they started, people start paying attention to the club. We still didn't give a damn. We go to the next store. We say, "F it, we're gonna do whatever the hell we want to do again." So that was one of the really rare times I got rolled up for like counting. Now, while we was counting, a lot of other things would happen. Fights would happen. Um, People would get in the aisles and get in your way. Particular time, I was in a store, and DB was talking to me. DB was me. It was me and DB on the aisle, and DB was like this way towards me, and the lady who was trying to get was behind me in a buggy. Now DB's telling me something, and I'm sitting there counting, kind of, and I'm looking over here, kind of see what DB is talking about, and I'm hearing somebody like move. What did he say? He's like, see, I think she was saying, excuse me, but I couldn't hear her. I didn't really listen to her because, it's a bunch of people involved. So you never know who you're talking to. And all I heard was her, move. And I looked back, and this lady is behind me, mad as hell, telling me to get out of her way, pretty much. And DB just looked like, he's like, oh, damn. She really said that to you? DB couldn't say nothing about it. Like, that stuff like that would happen all the time in the store. People will come up to you all the time and ask you what something is. Every day, somebody's gonna ask you where something was because they saw your shirt and they still could not read that it did not say Walmart. It just, I mean, I guess it's just a habit. You see somebody in uniform, this nigga, they must work there. And when in reality, the Walmart people who should be in a section, that's the thing. Why does nobody in Walmart is never in their section? I mean, that's the way the sporting goods persons where they at. They all the way crossing groceries somewhere because they just never where they supposed to be at. Electronic persons never in electronics, never. It's just how it is. But yeah, that was things would happen like that. The accountants, like I said, we had guys who would count us. We had this particular. We should have to ask nigga, you should have monetized this video, these videos. You getting like 24,000. You getting Madden. You getting views. Your videos are getting views that some of the guys I know who do Madden videos was getting. He was making a good money. Like these videos, you could have made you could have made a $300-400 a video off these. The views you got 24, 27,000, 20K type views. You could made a good, yeah, 300-400. If you made videos like this, you just doing this and getting these views, you could have made easily the business. That nigga was popping in $10,000 a month. He's bringing in 10,000 a month. Or uploading maybe 3 or 4 videos a week, averaging those views. So I was letting damn, you told me you had this video. You said you was getting views. Like I didn't think like damn. But anyway, um, I said we had this guy. There was this guy named Beagley. I first remember. I think like 2 years ago he passed away. Um, there's this guy named Beagley, and Beagley would be the guy who would like. I don't know how y'all would have a guy who would guide you to a tag like, hey, go here, go here, go there. So this guy Beagley, man, a lot of people didn't like Beagley. I was cool with Beagley. Beagley taught me a lot of stuff. He taught me how to tag the stuff. He told me how to go back into the back and do the computer thing. I used to go do that by myself when I started verifying and tagging and moving up in the company. I would take the van and go tag the stuff. I knew how to pull the files and everything. Beagley showed me everything like that, right? So yeah, I never really have a problem with Beagley, but some people didn't like because he said he didn't brush his teeth. If breakfast thing or something, and he would wear the same thing. Like every time you see him in the hotel room, he would wear the same sweatpants and a dirty gray shirt, like all the time with his hair. And if you go to Walmart, there's a CD with a guy who looks exactly like Biggie. If you ever, it's a CD in those old CD cases. It's a guy that looks exactly like Beagley. Every time I walk in there and scan, see the CD was scanning, I would see Biggie. But he would get into it with a lot of these new people. Some of the girls, they would get into it with him because they just didn't like, he never talk about him. And he would just he would just go in there on them all the time about, well, you're not here, you count here now. Biggie was all right, but then when you got the G started becoming the guider. This dude was treating it like it was a damn prison. He was like a drill sergeant. They called him, that's why they called him the drill sergeant. That's what Jim started calling him. He was started just, you better do this, or if you got a problem with it, meet me outside. That's his favorite thing. Meet me outside. And he was like, hey, you don't like what I seen you? Meet me outside. He just sitting there, big dude, just sitting there and watching us count and just acting like he's the big boss at the time. Like nigga, we hated it. We thought it was gonna be cool because everybody was cool with G, but as soon as he took that job and started doing that, boy, we hated G. They hated G as like a whatever they call it. I don't know what they called it in that time. Somebody that just guys. I mean, literally, you really didn't need nobody to do that, but you kind of did because people would walk off and run off and go count wherever they want to count, like me. But so that's another thing that happened, and the fights. Of course, there's fights all the time. Kevin had a fight. Oh, we had a Kevin Colton fight. Oh yeah, this is a good one. This is a great. Was it Colton and Kevin, or was it Uncle Ricky? Okay, it was Kevin and Colton. Oh yeah, Kevin and Colton. This is a great one. We pull up to the damn store every morning. We pull up. He pull to the front. We go out get the ladders, and we would everybody get out walking to the store, right? So one day we come in here, we get into the store. As we going to the store, I don't know how it happened, but um I know Kevin was drunk, which he was probably every day. He was probably like that every morning. Uh, Come to think of it, people really knew he was probably he just drunk a lot. That's why he didn't want to go nowhere in the van, take you nowhere. He was once he was he's like, "Look, once I get to the store, you don't go. I'm not taking you nowhere. Once I get to the store, once I get to the room, you better not. I'm not taking you nowhere. No, no, no." So once we did that, so somehow Colton started picking at him or saying something, and Colton's in the back, and Kevin driving, and so they having words, going at it, having words, whatever they're talking about. And Kevin like, well, wait till I get out to the brim. I like, wait till I get to the get when I get to the brim. Wait till I get out to the wait till we get outside. And so it got quiet for like we had like 5 minutes till we get to where we was getting. So we was like a few minutes, few 5, 6 minutes just quietness, and we just sitting there like I'm like, damn, what's really gonna happen? We get out and we get out and Kevin, now you can tell this nigga drunk, but he get out and I believe he tried to throw a punch. He tried to throw a punch at Colton, and Colton swung and missed. He ducked, and Colton could have caught him, and Colton could have just knocked the dude. Like Colton, a small dude, but Colton was not drunk and in his right mind. Colton could have really just took him out, but somebody, I think it was Uncle Ricky who got Kevin and said, hey, man, move it. You could tell, like Kevin was drunk, like he was messed up. It's early in the morning. And this nigga like they right in the middle of the fucking parking lot in the not right in front of the door of the Walmart finna fight. And that was stuff like all things stuff like that happened like almost every other day, every day. Somebody would have a problem with something. You couldn't, like I said, you couldn't say nothing to nobody in the morning without them being mad about something. There was a few people that you could not say nothing to, no matter who they was or how to every morning. Man, it's too early in the morning. Don't talk to me this early in the morning. Like, nigga, you woke up the same. You nigga, like, I'm the one who made you come here and do this damn job. I'm doing the same thing you do. But you mad at me. Because you got to wake up like I got to wake up too. Like I didn't have to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and get on the damn van. Nigga, shut the hell up. All that damn whining. But that's what would happen, you know. But like it would be fights like that. There was fights with the people who was just like some of the dudes who was fighting with other workers who was talking to one of their girls or something, one of their Wis girls. You know, they weren't a real girlfriend, but niggas was fighting over the women at the job. At this point, at one point, they was simping like that. Like they was fighting over the women at the job instead of their own women back at home. They was fighting over the girls at the job that everybody else was banging out too, acting like the girl. Where's no you was not no faithful girlfriend, West girl, whatever, unless you was an E. If you were E, it was like I told you, like I told the story E. Unless you was with E, you was getting tossed around most of the time. You was a worker there, and it just I guess it's just like this is how it was, you know. But like I said, the fights would happen. So many, it was so many. I remember like there's other ones. My roommate Jason, him and this dude named Mike got into it one day, and they like and they did it. They did it like real split. Like, well, we're gonna go around the back of the Walmart and fight. Ain't nobody gonna see us, and we're gonna give it in, and we're gonna come back around. It's gonna be it. And he went and Jason said he went down and whipped them, and they squashed the beef they had and bang. And he told me about it. He said he went back there, fought him, and whooped his ass, and came back around, and he never knew it happened because see, fighting there, you would get like what Colton did. They that's why they tried to break it up real quick, especially like even just to see him arguing. If he was arguing like that, that was grounds to get fired. Just to get arguing like that, man. Fighting, definitely you was getting fired, especially at a Walmart. You would fight at a hotel, you was getting fired for fighting like it. That was so the way that Jason and Mike did it was they couldn't get fired because nobody even knew the damn thing happened. Or so and people like sometimes, like I said, remember I told you the story at the hotel. Dudes, those other dudes, they had an argument and they had a fight inside their room. And dude came out with a black eye, or his eye was messed up. He lied, said it was like he hit something, but in reality, the dude whooped him. A dude named Rashad whooped this dude named Detriment. That one was funny as hell too. But so that's what that like I said that was going on. But going into this, like I said, these counting stories, um, the worst times ever. Were one, one in Tyler, the time in Tyler, the time at the DG, and the time in Dallas. 3 times. I'm gonna tell you about 3 things. The worst counting experiences I had on this job was these 3 days. The first one was a string of days. It was a Walmart week. So it was actually 3 days. And then the second one, 1, 2, 3, 4. So really 5 days. But I'll get to the last one last. But I'll tell you about the first one. So the first one was we had to do a Sam's Club. Did a Sam's Club, right? And after the Sam's, which they started like 2, 3 in the morning, Sam's was pretty easy. Sam's was the easiest thing ever. We had people who was not showing up to these Everybody really hated to do DGs, but Miss Miller needed people to count for DG, and she knew that um it was a Dollar General that was supposed to start that morning. So we was getting off like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, something like there, and the place was like 2 hours away, I think, or an hour and a half away. And so she knew her two best. We was out. Me and Colton was doing the DG at this point. We was doing it with the Shreveport crew or something. So the Tyler people was already gonna be there meeting up wherever they were and having a store counted. And we were like, okay, we know the DG's tomorrow the next day, and we not going to it. We're not. We go like we ain't going to this DG, and we did everything we can to not go. And so we counted, we getting ready, a good day of getting out. It was like 4 something. And lo and behold, we got to ride the van back with Jennifer. So instead of us, taking, we're driving and like, damn, what's she going? We thinking she taking us to a meat spot to get to our car. She driving and driving, and she's driving to another spot somewhere. She's driving, we're nowhere near the car. Like, where the hell is she going? And as we getting off, she told us before we got out, like, well, we need y'all to do this DG. Can y'all do? We need DG. We need you to do DG. We like, nah, we can't do it. And Colton, he always gonna get mad about his stuff. And we in the back seat, sleeping, trying to sleep. And she takes us and she says, well, y'all got to do this DG. She makes us take. She takes us and never takes us back to the car. She just, well, y'all are going to this DG pretty much. I need y'all. We need y'all here. She picked us up. I think she came and picked us up of some kind of way. And we ended up on the van to go to the damn GG. Get to the GG because there's no many people coming. And lo and behold, was nobody there. It was like 4 or 5 people. We was like maybe 4 people. Maybe 4 people, maybe 5. Me, Colton, somebody else, Jen or somebody, maybe. And we started that shit. I think we stayed in that store till like after 12 o'clock, close to 4 to 5 o'clock. And that's what we hated about doing Dollar Generals with her. She would take forever on those revenge and all those reports and stuff. She would take forever on all that shit. So if you didn't drive your car, you gonna sit there and wait for her. And literally, we should be out about 12 o'clock. We was 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, like all the time. And we pissed off that because we had got kidnapped pretty much. We pretty much got kidnapped and got took. And like, hey, you count in this store, and you finna come over here. You finna get up and work again. You pretty much no rest. You can sleep on the van, and we had to go and do that. And yeah, I think I didn't. I thought that's why everybody would hate it. Don't know whoever y'all, if y'all listen to y'all work, if y'all still do Dollar Generals, but everybody hated Dollar Generals. I did at least. But that was the first one. The second one still started with Jen. Jen, she was so much into the job. Like she was so into this thing. Like she would just want to work. But we was in Dallas this time. We did a store. And this we definitely got kidnapped in this one. We did a store in Dallas. It was a quick one, bam. And all of a sudden she get a call. She gets a call, and another crew needs help. And she was like, okay, well we finna just help them. We're gonna help them and leave, right? That's what we're supposed to do. Help them and leave. We got up. I think it was like 11 o'clock in the morning. We was gonna go over there, maybe count for them for like 2 hours. We thinking whatever it was like, we was gonna help count the back or something, and we was gonna leave. So maybe we thought we got about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, maybe. I had something to do, right? Because it was Saturday, so we all knew we was gonna be back. Hopefully, we'll be back in time. Nigga, we got to this store, and we was the help. We wasn't the people. We was the help. We was the counters. She tricked us, and we was there. It was one of those stores where it didn't start till like 4 or 5 o'clock. And Jen, we didn't have no money either. We did because we wasn't expecting to stay gone. I was like, okay, I'm gonna be gone. We was in Dallas too. We was gonna get there, do this damn store we did. Knocked it out one of the early morning stores. Wasn't that it was always in a big one. I think it was the same store I believe, but this one had the inventory at night. And we only did the back room or something, so we didn't have to do it all of it. We had help. We get to this damn store. She told us this. Okay, y'all gonna be the help. Y'all just gonna be there for count the little stock room. We're gonna leave, right? We sitting there counting. Me and Colton. It's me and Colton again. We got kidnapped. This is when we actually did get kidnapped because we couldn't get home. Especially we didn't even know what hell we was going. And so we get to this damn store, and lo and behold, like I said, it was a few of us. We were the people that was counting the sales floor, the stock room, everything. And this thing didn't start to like I said, like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock or something. Like sometime when the mall would close, I think. This shit didn't stay late, and we ended up counting this damn store to like 1 o'clock in the morning. Literally about 1 o'clock in the morning. So we left early about 6, 7, 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. Get to this store. We did it. We was done by 12, 11, and we took a break or something. I think it started at 3 or 4. So like the next one started at 3 or 4 or something. But I think she actually bought us food this time because and especially she would always stop. Miss Jim would always stop at a Whataburger or a Popeyes, the most expensive place to get food. Not knowing, we on the road. Most of us didn't have money to splurge at Whataburger and Popeyes like her. Uh, Beagley, respects to Beagley, man. He would eat Whataburger all the time. Like this nigga had money like that to do it. Cause he was there for he'd been on the job forever. So he was a supervisor. He was a they had put him on. He was doing the traveling right, so he was making so much money. They had to put him on salary. He became a salary manager, but he was killing them on hours and stuff. Like and like I checked. I used to ride in his van, and he would show his I mean I wouldn't show, but I would like he had keep out receipts. He had stuff all in his car in the Wis van. And I see one of the receipts one day, just looking at it, and it was like deposit, took out 400, got like 1,000 in the savings. Another account had like another 10,000. I was like, dang, he got money like that, huh? So he would eat Whataburger. Like I said, Jen would eat Whataburger and Popeyes. Anything that was expensive, she would stop there. Like we had the money to it. Like I said, we was on the road. I've been on the road with like $2 or like $5 and had to stretch this $5 till Friday or Thursday whenever we got payday. Had to stretch $5. I did it. Plenty of times. I stretched $5 eating noodles. Like man, it was some struggles on the road. But like I said, this stuff we had particularly she came with we got food, we stayed there and we sitting there counting like damn, is it time us to go? Then we help these niggas, right? And that was always the time. If we was to help, the lie was you gonna be the help. But the help was actually the people who was gonna be counting everything. Cause we was the one counting everything. Cause we was the help. We was the people. We wasn't the help. They needed us to count the whole damn store, and that's what they did. We and Cole was just pissed off. We was talking about that the whole time. She got it. She did it to us again. I think she did it to us a couple times. But the worst one, the biggest one, was what happened when we went to a Walmart in Tyler. This is when Broadway, Walmart, we had 3 Walmarts in Tyler. We've got like 7 now. We have Broadway, 64, and was Troop Highway there? It had to be Troop Highway. I'm looking at the Walmart. It got to be Troop Highway. Yeah, 31 one there. So Troop Highway was the newer one, the biggest one we got. And like I said, laid out. So you have to have a certain amount of a certain time to get out of the store. Like 7 o'clock is like the cutoff, right? To get out of the store. So like I said, every other Walmart we would bam bam knock it out. Even big store, we might be a little late, 5:30, 6:30. We'll get it. Sometimes we see close to 7. We've had them before, late outs. But Tyler stores every year we needed extra help because we can never get out of these stores. Even with 30, 40 people, we would always get out late. But this week was even later. So we had the Tyler stores. I think the first one was the shortest one. That was like 7. We got out like 7:15, right? And I think that was the store. I think that was the 64 store. I believe. And I don't believe True Power was the latest. I think Broadway was the latest. I think Broadway was the latest. But like I said, we got there like 7. Get to the next store, the Broadway, the 64 store, 64 store, the True Power store. Get to the True Power store. We get in this store, and it's late as hell. You can tell by lunchtime. If you ain't close to South Lawrence by lunchtime, you know it's gonna be a long time. We was nowhere near it, I think. Hell, we stayed in this store till like both of those stores we stayed in till like after 7, like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. It was like 10 o'clock. 64 was like 7. It was only one store got off like 7, I believe. Actually, I believe it was Broadway. Now that I'm thinking about it, it might be no, it was 64. We stayed until like 10 o'clock. That's an extra late. That's a late hour. We was there for like we was so mad at everybody was just it was just the point where everybody just gave up. We like nigga, I don't remember. All I remember like I was in clothes. I just remember just sitting there, just kind of just looking at people talking, just scanning as slow as I can. I like nigga why? And for some reason I remember leaving because I drove my car. I remember getting I remember leaving like before the damn thing was over. That was like 9:30. So they left at 10. I think I did a tag and when it was over, I just stayed for the wrap up. And I think it was like 9 damn 30. And I think I had to come back because Jason needed something. I know Jason or somebody needed to ride to the hotel. That's how I ended up coming back. That's the only reason I came back because I stayed close to the hotel. I drove my car to all these because we was in Tyler. But the one in True Power, the latest one we stayed was like 10 o'clock. And that was the latest I've ever stayed in a Walmart. We've ever. 10 o'clock. You in a while. And this one Walmart's for 24 hours now. So, even at 9, 10 o'clock, late, it's still, late evening, it's still, we've been there. But that was what happened, man. That was some of the longest, some of the craziest, some of the things that happened. That's just a little bit, just a little bit. But man, y'all want some more stuff? I want to open my mind to whatever have the rest of the stuff. We still got stories from everybody that I talked about the stuff. I got lots of stuff. But if y'all like these, I got more of these and everything. But that's what it is, man. This next episode, we'll talk about some more. I'll talk about the stuff with me and Jason and Nikki. I think I'll talk about that and some more stuff. Well, we are out of here for the night, man. Peace.